right. Cold open, background chatter. Cold opening, background chatter's going on.
Yeah.
Got that cold open background chatter going on. Greg, you almost ready with that intro music going on? Everything's going on.
That intro music?
Oh. It's real. Yeah. Oh, man. What are the sounds I make there? Anyway, it's like the second to last episode of this season. It's Greasy Conversation right here. We've got the Dresh back again. I don't know if we've had you this whole season. You were a staple of season 3, right? Or was
Yeah. Well, I think.
Who's tracking the seasons here?
Yeah, I've lost track ever since I started seeing you guys a year ago, actually, almost.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but yeah.
We're here. We're loving it. And Greasy Conversation is the name of the show. We're on RadioVegas.rocks. It's the last show of the year before holiday time takes us over. Hopefully everything's synced up a little bit. I had to redo everything you're looking at right now, tragically. Not to like horn toot, and more like clawing for sympathy. And that we had some rogue Windows updates. And so this is a fresh start for us all. I hope you're happy. Squeaky wheels, time to get some grease. Can I get a kabloom over there?
A kabloom?
Some kind of kabloom. Like a flower that explodes.
Let me see if I can find...
Some kind of...
Don't overthink the kabloom. Like something from those rows, those 3 rows.
Oh, there we go. I'm
yeah.
looking for...
Yeah!
I was like, I thought they were still labeled, so...
No, tragically.
No pad this time.
Yeah.
I have to like hunt through the menu. It's all good.
Yeah,
times.
I spaced on the button pressing the sound effects pad, which you in the audio realm don't even realize is a thing going on. You just notice that the snappy sound effect response or less snappy. But today is not about sound effect time. It's about animal wonders. We've got a lot of animal wonders today. And wondering about what's happened to animals.
Yeah, so we definitely have a strange situation. So I woke up to USAA today outside my front door asking me about pigeons. And funny enough, I there's this pigeon that's been going viral across the United States. Someone picked up a picture of a pigeon with a cowboy hat on its head. And it's funny because before anyone really realized it, or before it even went viral, I was driving home one day, and my friend Garrett, aka next door neighbor, was in the car, and we're like driving through to get to my parking spot in my garage, and we look up, and my friend Garrett's like, he's like, hey Dresh. I'm like, what's up? He's like, that pigeon. Like, what about it? Does that have is that a cowboy hat on its head? And I was like, well, it wouldn't, I mean, maybe you need some glasses. And then I looked, I was like, oh shit, he has a cowboy hat on its head. And so I was like, that's funny. So, we're like driving up to my garage, and no big deal. Next thing you know, like literally like a couple days pass from Thanksgiving, and I have people from Colorado, Atlanta, Germany hitting me up, posting this bird on my profile on Facebook.
This is in Vegas. Is this going on?
And they're like, hey, is this guy? Are you the one doing this? Or is this you? And I'm like, no, this is not me. But what's funny is that this bird is literally on my roof every freaking morning, and they went hysterical. It was just like, it was, I've always wanted to become or go viral for something that I've done, or maybe something cool that I did, so maybe something heroic. But instead, it's this guy, it's this pigeon, this cowboy wrangling this pigeon, that's like stealing my thunder. And it's just strange because I was like talking with Garrett, and he was being kind of sympathetic, and he was like, hey man, that's actually not cool. Whoever's doing this, I mean, it's kind of messing him up. I mean,
If
how
it was
does
just makeup glue, that would be one thing.
right?
It would be cute and kind of a hassle, or kind of like putting a sock on your cat's head and they
Right.
climb out of it and you laugh at them and they're embarrassed. If you don't do it over and over again or glue the sock to them,
Yeah.
that's why this is messed up, because it's on there so good and the pigeon's like not happy about it.
No, he's not. And so
It's a consent issue.
yeah, I mean, well, we're not entirely worried. I mean, but it's still okay. It's equivalent to like there's a bunch of puppies stuck in the McDonald's playground area. They're okay, but we need to get them out of there before the fat kids jump in.
Yeah.
So, and it's just like, you know, to have that realization that hey, we might need to catch this guy and help him out. So we got traps set up on top of my garage.
Has it all been one pigeon? Or have you seen more than one?
Okay, so
It's 2.
There's at least
I
two.
just saw in this article there's at least 2.
first we saw one, and then soon after I think I saw the perpetrators like
Whose
some
photo is that?
Oh yeah, that's my photo.
Yeah. So we're at the Reno Gazette Journal. It's one of the news outlets that used your specific photos of this pigeon.
Yeah.
So you're quite the source. We've got it from the official photographer's eye on our promo graphic today. We're having a bonus official show because of you. You helped us officialize us.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Of course. And so it's been interesting because like they had what was it some guy from USA Today like messaged me over Facebook. He was like hey, I'm with USA Today, would you like to come, can we use your sources, like can we, you know, we're also with the Reno Gazette, you know, all these people started emailing me out of nowhere. And it was also I believe it was Lofty Hopes. They're the ones that came out to help this guy catch him, and they've been all over, and they've been trying to follow them on the update for this guy. But like, look at him. I
Have
mean,
you gendered this bird?
I would like to say him or her, but to be honest with you, I am not a specialist in birds, and birds are actually kind of hard to identify sometimes what they're.
You gotta get in the
females.
cloaca.
Yeah,
You gotta
the
examine the
cloaca.
vent.
An event, exactly.
Well, it said they do have names in this article. One is named Chuck Norris, and the other one is named Calamity Jane.
Yeah.
So
Calamity Jane. I don't know where they came up with that
Chuck
one.
Norris?
Yeah, maybe.
There's
Maybe
no
I just
like
skimmed
pun
over.
on that. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see
Oh,
one.
Chuck Norris has a cowboy hat too. I get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
no,
right.
there's something there.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
You should see. There's some other photos with this guy like walking next to all the other pigeons, and they're all like looking at him like he's about to pull a gun on him. You know. So,
Yeah, it's got to affect the social hierarchy that you've got this mark on you by humans. That's gross. That's
Yeah.
not cool to animals. They don't love having that human touched look.
Yeah.
It messes up their street
Or
cred.
no, I'm sorry. You're right. It's Cluck Norris.
Ah.
Of course.
Chuck Norris. All right.
Obviously, because why would it be Chuck Norris? Because I'm an idiot. It's Cluck Norris, of course.
Although I've never heard a pigeon cluck, so to speak. That's not the.
Yeah,
it's
they used to-
usually.
Yeah, you know, we'll just give it to him. He can be Cluck Norris.
So I have this problem. It's not happening as much this year as it used to be, but there were pigeons in the attic.
Oh,
And
really?
They
Oh,
were just
man.
far enough away from my bathroom that it would sound like my phone vibrating. So between that bathroom and like switching pockets on my phone, I had the worst phantom rings last
Just
year.
like constantly.
I would feel like my left nipple, like from my shirt pocket, or my right hip, just have like twitches, and I could put my hand there and feel like muscles spasming there.
Yeah.
It was like my body was making the sensation that it missed.
Oh
was haunting.
Your phantom texts.
Yeah, I
You
was
know?
getting phantom text, and I could feel it like twitch on my hip, like the muscles were doing it. They were so hungry.
It's like oh no, I know it.
I think they also do that to like warm up during the winter time or something like that. It creates like friction
Pigeon
That might
guys.
be originally why Muscle could do that, but in this case, it was doing it out of missing.
But this is I know that but for birds making that sound in that correlation to you in your pocket with phantom text is, I mean, it's very eerie. Freaked me out too.
A little Coors. Were the cowboy hats the same color on both of them so far?
Really?
I think
I think he has a collection. I mean, it must have. I don't know where he gets these, but
yeah, it said one is darker red, and that's Cluck Norris, and the pink one is Calamity Jane. So they do have slightly different color hats.
Do you know for sure if it's your neighbor or not? Or is it
I
super
actually,
likely?
it's definitely the guy who is not next to me, to my left, but the residency across the
How did you find
driveway.
out where it's coming from?
Well, first of all, as we were driving in every day, from work and back or whatever, we would find piles of random stockpiles of cat food. And you'd probably think, okay, someone's out there feeding cats. Well, there's a lot of people leaving their cats out, and they feel bad for them. But this guy's intentionally putting them in a spot by his window for him to catch them. And I think I actually witnessed him trying to grab one of these pigeons. He didn't look like, I don't know. I mean, he kind of looked homeless. But I also
He might just be a derelict.
Yeah, I think I know. I think he's just one of those guys that's just like a hermit inside his apartment, and because we have some pretty strange people in our neighborhood. I mean, it's Vegas, but I definitely witnessed this guy trying to catch birds before I saw these pigeons with the cowboy hats on
successful.
there. So he was successful.
So he's a known bird catcher regardless.
I didn't watch him catch these guys or try to prior, but I know that we've had some weird strange noises come from his garage. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's I know it's just weird.
He's like the prime suspect.
He's the prime suspect.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the only person in our neighborhood who doesn't look all the way there, and you're trying to catch pigeons,
birds all the time, it's probably you.
It's probably
maybe he just figures he can cash in on it now. He's like, oh wait, someone put that. He's like, I'm running with this.
I'm running.
Like, what other kind of hats can I put on pigeons?
Is there a charge that can be placed against him legally when he's discovered?
What's that animal activist group?
PETA.
There's gotta be.
I think that PETA actually is slightly getting involved now, and
that does not help anything.
Doesn't really help.
So they're
anything.
gonna just euthanize a bunch of pigeons? Is that
No,
what PETA's gonna do?
they're not gonna euthanize.
we're helping. We're helping.
No, I mean, I feel like I don't think they're gonna charge anything against this dude. I think they're probably just gonna I don't know, tell him, slap on the wrist, don't do this.
Yeah,
But,
make a big
what are you gonna
do? Make a big to do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So.
There's enough public shaming going on, but if you're like a hermit. Anyway, hey, how you doing, Steven? He's hollering in the chat, wondering about how these fellows are easily accosted enough to have hats glued on them. These pigeons probably weren't the smartest ones in the tribe that got hatted.
Yeah.
They might be.
Hatted.
They're either curiouser or just a hair slower, because the pigeons don't usually just let you grab them.
Yeah. But I mean, if he,
I wasn't chosen to wear this hat. I was forced to.
Right.
It's like Batman.
They caught me in a moment of weakness.
Yeah, I mean, you give pigeons food and they'll chill. I'm sure. It wouldn't be that hard to catch a couple of them.
Yeah. So Lofty Hopes, they were all like, "Hey, we're gonna leave this cage on. Can we leave this cage somewhere? We don't have any permission." I was like, "Okay, you can leave it on top of my garage." So now they're really on top of my garage. And so they're using cat food. Apparently, cat food is the thing.
Oh, crazy!
It's got this stench because birds.
Pigeons like.
That pigeons like.
It's got the stench pigeons like.
It's like there's something about birdseed that they don't care about anymore, I guess.
Well, these are city birds. They've evolved.
Exactly.
Among
to eat whatever.
Yeah. They're already used to cat food being on the streets and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, how this guy caught these guys, I mean, I guarantee you this dude probably tried all day.
Yeah, that's
So-
too. Like, who knows how long he's been trying to catch pigeons, and like finally, could have been his life's work, and finally, it just came to fruition. Like, it's been like 30 years he's been trying to catch pigeons.
He's only caught 2.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I advocate this at all. Quite the opposite. But I think I could catch more than this fella.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Easily.
If you're going to glue anything to an animal, though, if you're similarly inspired, at least use makeup glue is the thing. Then you're just embarrassing the animal for a moment. And I
Yeah.
think that kind of makes any of us stronger.
Right. This guy doesn't, and in this picture, he doesn't really look too confident with the rest of the birds.
No,
You
he's
know.
he's clearly shamed.
Clearly. And so, but
Well, we got you sneaking past the mic a
there
little
you go,
bit.
there you go.
Get a little in front of it.
So yeah, but like look at the size of this net that she's trying to use.
Yeah, it looks like it could fit like 4 pigeons at once.
Looks like you could catch a freaking cat with this thing, you know. And so, I mean, and that's not what it's used for. But you know, hey, props out to these guys, to trying to help out, I guess. But you know,
So neither hat has been removed.
neither hat has been removed. And in fact, I actually was quite curious whether or not there was more than one pigeon. And I mean, there kind of had to be, because when I realized the frequency of seeing this pigeon, and plus when I really started paying attention, they both slightly looked a little different. But you know, that's what everyone was asking me, and that's what the news and USAA today was asking me. They're all like, how many pigeons and for how long? How long has this been going on? I was like, well, to be honest with you, I only noticed around Thanksgiving, and I've only seen one. And
How close did the rescuers get to snacking them up?
we got really close. And it was interesting because, like, when one bird kind of flocks over, the rest of them go.
Oh, so is
So-
it like this team thing that makes it hard to get just one?
Correct.
But I feel like you could get like a couple of them and then just grab one, toss it out. But do they peck at you too? Do you need gloves?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you think about it, their talons are on the street, so you do have to like wear some kind of protection. I was like, hey, I don't. These Vegas birds are pretty dirty and nasty in general. You don't want to hold
Yeah.
them with your bare hands either way.
Certainly not
So-
kiss them or lick them.
No.
But I mean, the temptation's there nonetheless. They're
Yeah,
cute
yeah.
little fellas.
Right.
Just gotta constantly remind yourself, like, don't kiss the bird. Don't kiss the
Right.
bird.
Well, you want one that's docile enough that you can put its whole head in your mouth like a Tootsie Pop. Just kind of feel it.
It'll just like rest its head in there.
Yeah, it really loves you. It's just resting its head on your tongue, and you give it all these treats, and it just puts up with that. It looks like it has a gel in its hair.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Give it a little,
Pigeons, man.
give it a little mohawk, a little saliva mohawk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Man,
Sounds great.
my pigeons are not fighters.
They're gunslingers.
They're,
Right.
they're
Oh man.
They're
Animal-
lovely.
they're lollipops made of tiny chickens.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do the cowboy hat, you might as well like go the rest of the way with like the cowboy boots and like the
How
lasso.
would he fly away after that? I'm actually impressed this guy can still like see where he's going.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this person got the hat on straight. That's a thing. I mean, eventually those feathers will probably molt off, but
Yeah.
man,
Totally.
makeup glue, you guys.
Yeah.
It's like those people that dye their cats different colors. It's a consent issue.
Yeah. That's actually like really bad for cats or dogs. People do that to dogs too.
Can you use a certain coloring that's not bad for them? Is there a
I
way
don't
to
know. I
do it
think
right?
just like the whole dying a pet is
you can only imagine what it does to their skin. It's like
Yeah.
not meant for that. We do it to ourselves,
and it can be itchy.
and it can be quite itchy.
Yeah.
I can only imagine if you're this animal that's 100% covered in fur,
yeah.
you know.
Well, you use those Crayola markers and you dilute that in some water, right? That's what's that? Orange juice? I don't know. There's ways to do it. Better. Dipping your dog in like lemon juice for a long time is probably
Hydrogen,
not.
Isn't hydrogen peroxide do something?
That's another thing I was
Yeah.
thinking of.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
Yeah, like supposed to bleach, but it doesn't. It's not like bleaching. It's
It just orangifies.
It just takes out the slight pigmentations.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let me touch my mic a bunch. The sound is me loving the mic.
All right.
Alright.
Should we?
Is it Bob Thornton time already?
Bob Thornton.
I'm messing
We got
with focus.
5. We got a couple minutes where
Oh.
we can do it early.
Unless you've got a
I did want to jump into just real quick this.
yeah, let's tease.
This Walmart sweater that
Oh,
they had
yeah.
to pull.
Let's take a peep on that before we commercial.
Yeah,
up.
because it's quick, but this is just like the best ridiculous sweater. So it's it's a nice looking Christmas sweater, nice and bright blue, and it's got Santa sitting in a chair in front of a table that has a pile of snowballs.
Yeah, before you tell him what, I'm gonna show him.
Yeah.
So if you're watching the YouTube, either RadioVegas.rocks or GreasyConversation.com gives you the link to the YouTube where I'm showing the on-screen time. You can take a look and guess what this Santa's up to. And Walmart had this on the shelf at first. Look at this
Yeah.
fella. So start to describe it, Greg.
Yeah, so it's it's little Santa sitting in front of this table, and it's got a pile of snowballs, and then it has 3 white lines in front of him, and then he's also holding something in his hand which looks like just a little stick, but it is supposed to be a straw. So it's like
His
Santa.
eyes looks quite dilated over there.
And his like pupils are like huge.
The lines are chubbier in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, it's totally Santa about to go to town on some coke, man. About to do some rails.
It says "Let it snow."
He's gonna get the sleighs out. He's going sledding.
Yeah, how do you think he makes all those deliveries in one night, man? Come on, dude.
Internal sledding.
Without doing cocaine? Yeah. Come on, man.
We're taking the inner sled.
I don't know. I just love when like stuff like this gets sold, because, I mean, there's no one that's gonna be like, we gotta approve every single thing, It's just like, oh, it looks like a reasonable sweater, and then like it's out there getting sold for a period until like some kid is like, Mommy, why is Santa doing cocaine? And yeah, little kids know all about that. All right.
And I would be like, oh man, I need to go to an ugly sweater party ASAP. What? Oh my goodness, this is perfect.
Yeah, totally.
And then but imagine that kid that like bought that sweater and his folks were like completely like, they didn't realize, or like your grandmother, would buy it.
Oh yeah.
Like something innocent, oh, that's funny. He has like, oh, he's bowling with, that's I don't know, and then they realize, you go to school with this sweater, oh,
Right.
where'd you get this sweater? Oh, my grandmother gave it to me.
Yeah, a kid probably gets in trouble.
What's he doing?
No, there's definitely some kids getting this from their grandma this year for Christmas.
I would ask this from my grandmother.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yo, grandma, give me that Santa doing coke sweater.
I love what Steve brings up in the chat that there's people out there making dogs wear sweaters like this. I bet you the dog sweater market is way less vetted for like druggy sweaters.
Oh,
Right.
dude, that's a good point.
Druggy
That's
sweaters
true.
for dogs.com.
right.
Dude, so silly. All right, should we pay them bobs?
All right, it's a reluctant Bob Thornton hour, but these folks listen carefully because they not only help us pay the bills, but I think we've got some sick rock and comedy show blurbs in there, right?
Yep.
Do you see the one that you did last time? Maybe we could grab the other one that, if I remember right, talks more about the Devil's Onion Ring.
We don't have that one.
Oh,
you,
man.
You imagine that one.
I imagine it every time so hard. If you
Yeah.
look up the Devil's Onion Ring one on rockandcomedyshow.com, get freaking ready. Anyway, pile in.
Kicker Audio.
So check it out, Mario. They hit me up, the guys from Kicker. They said, Jay, you have done a fantastic job promoting these headphones. And
They're awesome.
They're all over Facebook. You have tweeted them. We know that you love the headphones. But how come you haven't talked about this wireless Bluetooth bullfrog we have? And I said, well, to be honest with you, you never sent me one.
We haven't tested it.
Within 24 hours, there was one delivered to my house. So now, this is going to blow your mind, Mario. You're impressed. No dead space. Speakers on both sides. Isn't that awesome?
Very impressed.
It's Kicker Audio, everybody. You got to go there. Check them out online.
Kicker Audio. Living loud.
Hey everybody, it's Crazy Jay, and I want to tell you about ZipBiz. I know what you're thinking. Jay, you've been telling us about ZipBiz. Well, I have the brand new flavor right next to me, and I haven't tried it yet, so let's open it and give us give this a try. My bottle of water, shake that up. Now this is a brand new flavor, Mango Peach. I have not tried it. I'm looking forward to it. They have a wide variety of flavors. If you didn't know, they've got grape, fruit punch, orange cream, orange soda, iced tea, all fantastic. But let's give Mango Peach a try. Oh man, that is absolutely amazing. I'm a fan of all their flavors, but nothing like this. Oh man, that is absolutely delicious. Mango Peach, Zip Fizz. Get it today. Visit zipfizz.com. Tell them Radio Vegas. Tell them Crazy Jay sent you and get your Mango Peach today.
Zip Fizz energy, no sudden crash, 10 calorie, low carb, vitamin B, the healthy energy mix. Zip Fizz.
Hey guys, it's Crazy Jay from the Rockin' Comedy Show, and I wanted to talk to you about the Ballsy Company. They have a fantastic product that I am absolutely in love with. In fact, here's a clip of the Rockin' Comedy Show as we talk about it.
That's ballsy.
Ballsy.
Oh, ballsy.
That's ball wash.
That
Yeah,
stuff
ball
smells
wash.
really
Funk
good.
off your junk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's for guys on the go.
For guys on the go.
You know.
You know, you got
Let me
your nut rub, your stack spray, and for everything else, nuts, butts, and your body.
the funk off your junk. That's kind of hilarious. How do I get one of those? That's like
Smell
a fun
how
gift.
good it smells.
Hashtag live balls out.
Live balls out.
Right.
That's right.
Guys, if you go to ballsy.com or ballwash.com, both of those companies work. If you use coupon code Radio Vegas, you'll get 15% off your first order.
I'm gonna smell the Sax spray right
Right.
now. It's
I want the
smelly.
ladies here at Radio Vegas to know what it smells like, so that when we walk by them, they're like, oh.
Someone's freshened up.
Guys, seriously, you gotta check out Ball Wash from the Ballsy Company. Mention Radio Vegas in that coupon code. Get 15% off. You won't be disappointed. It is the Rockin' Comedy Show, and on our phone line right now, she's demanding everybody have mandatory fun today. It's Weird Al Yankovic.
Hey, Jay, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Besides demanding everybody to have mandatory fun.
Oh, thanks.
Give it up for Michael Bacon, everybody. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Real good, man. I didn't realize you guys formed in, 1995.
I know, it's a long time. It's hard to imagine. It's been over 20 years now.
Did you guys kind of keep it low-key because of Kevin?
Well, I guess in a way we did.
Very funny, man. Kevin Nealon, everybody.
Thank you. No, when you said everybody, I heard no applause.
Well, it's radio. You have to
That's right.
imagine that it's an overwhelming crowd.
Okay. I'm visualizing it right now. Oh, that's nice.
The Rockin' Comedy Show. Tune in and find out who's stopping by. RockinComedyShow.com.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.Rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.Rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.Rocks app.
And we're back. Yeah, like that.
That's the way.
Oh yeah.
What's the
All
name
these
of
other
the show?
two gents. Yeah, we're a Greasy Conversation, the talk show. We talk if you're just tuning in on RadioVegas.Rocks, while my cohorts decide to eat all the time and leave me.
But not on the mic, because that's gross.
Yeah. I like that one. And we're back. Not quite the submarine of knowledge. That's like the Airblade of Investigation.
Yeah!
All right. So what are we jumping into now? All right. I know this is the one I wanted to get into. Let me find it. Hold on. It was this dude who was killed by his own booby trap.
Whoa.
In Maine. So he set up his house. Here's the thing, though. So first, he calls the cops and says he's been shot and all this, whatever. So they go pick him up, bring him to the hospital, and he eventually dies because he got shot. But he had rigged his front door with a handgun to shoot it if anyone comes in. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Is he trying to get away with, I didn't pull the trigger? Or
No, I think it was like legit a booby trap, and he just maybe forgot.
It might be legal in that area, or people still do that illegally. These booby trapping kind of folks.
Yeah, because
Right.
it is very illegal to like rig your house
so-
to shoot people.
So he literally rigged it up in case his house got broken into.
Yeah, it was like a booby trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy
It was
that.
for like home defense. I mean, some people do that. There's like old school style booby traps.
Yeah, and those people are old, so I understand. You
Yeah.
know, it's like,
there was some cool ones I've seen where like there's like basically shotguns underneath the floor.
yeah.
So that if someone like breaks in, then as soon as they step in the house, like it just unloads a couple shotgun shells like up underneath you.
Yeah. Why didn't McCulkin do that kind of stuff?
I know, right?
You know?
Amateur.
Because it had to be.
Amateur.
Because it had to be for kids, right? Or like why?
Or was it?
Or how did those guys survive? Like half of that stuff where they should have died. Like why didn't the
True.
guy just have like the iron, just like break his face?
The one
You
where he
know?
got electrocuted, I feel like that could have killed him.
Like
Yeah.
that went too far.
Yeah. That was like the extreme. But the buckets of paint in the fire and tarantulas weren't. So
Yeah, that was
Right.
all. That's all pretty common. I mean, yeah. So
I
Yeah.
forgot about the tarantula. Oh man, cinema classic, you
yeah,
guys.
Christmas movies, man. It's that time of year. The only time you can watch Christmas movies.
Okay, real quick, favorite Christmas movies. I mean, we got the Lampoon one. That's classic.
Oh yeah,
Christmas
National
Story is great.
Lampoon's, Christmas Story sucks balls.
Oh, were you overexposed to it? Because I feel like
I
the
w-
first
I
time it
was.
was great.
Yeah. There's the only part I like about the Christmas Story is the leg lamp. Like that's my favorite part of the movie. But no, it's all right. It's a decent movie. Favorite Christmas movie.
Well,
Yeah.
Elf is a
Elf.
sleeper. I love Will Ferrell doing anything.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Elf is a classic.
Were
I'm
you
not-
remembering Elf for Zoe D?
Yeah,
A
that
girl
too.
do Chanel? That's the one.
I think I'm just gonna go with Die Hard.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic
Uh,
Christmas movie.
That or what was the animation with Rudolph? Like the
Oh, like the old school
the
claymation.
old school
like the-
claymations. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Those ones were good, man.
Yeah.
That style. It wasn't like I don't think it was like claymation though. It was
stop
like,
animation.
Stop with like little toys, right?
Mhm.
They weren't clay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like a friendlier version of Celebrity Deathmatch for the holidays.
Oh man. What if
Yeah.
it was the same people behind it?
I wish.
just
that would be
rebelling
amazing.
against their old employer.
I'm sure there were some other there were a few like claymation style shows. There's even a fighting game on Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was like a clay fighter or something. And all the characters, like all of the animations for the characters were all done in stop. What do you call that?
Stop animation.
motion
Stop motion.
animation.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, actually, what was it's almost like it's called in the gaming world, gaming industry world, you call it sprites.
Oh yeah.
Sprites, like literally looping images on top of each other,
Flat images that are positioned in 3D.
like Mortal Kombat.
Mhm.
You know, so you could actually make your own Mortal Kombat game. You can just like reprogram it and just like make 7 different poses of yourself. You know.
Yeah.
And you just like A, B, B, you know, and then you do this picture, and then
Yeah. Gotcha.
Steven in the chat brings up Scrooged.
Scrooge.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That
okay.
is a very legit movie.
Do you guys
Christmas
remember the
movie.
Santa Claus?
with Tim Allen?
Yeah, I thought that
Yeah.
was pretty funny the first time.
It was good.
They
That was-
took the premise pretty thorough. There was like a lot of good, like adult, what do you call it, with like office kind of humor going on to it.
Yeah.
There's hilarious
It
like
was-
law language.
Yeah, it was still good. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the old Jim Carrey? I guess you could say it's old now. Old Jim Carrey, you know, who
The Jim Carrey Grinch.
The Grinch?
Jim Carrey Grinch
That was pretty cool.
versus like the new 3D animation Grinch.
I haven't seen the new animated.
I haven't
Grinch,
either.
But
Yeah,
you know,
I forgot it was a thing. So that
it's
says it all.
It's. I mean, it's fine. It's like a live action Grinch movie.
Well,
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's Grinch
That was
Yeah.
great.
is amazing.
He was the only one that could have made that movie as likable as it was.
There's
for
also
me.
a fun drinking game to play with the Grinch. You
no.
take
Really?
a drink every time the word "who" is said.
Oh man.
So
Oh,
you
man,
actually
need an
die.
IV for
I'd
that.
have
You
to
actually
stick to
die.
beer. Stick to beer on
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Oh wait. Jingle All the Way.
Oh,
The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yo, that
dude,
movie.
that's a great movie. Oh, wait. 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, there we go.
Adam
All right.
Sandler.
Now we're getting that. Now I'm actually starting to like
Nice.
Christmas.
Yeah.
All that movie nostalgia for Christmas that I haven't enjoyed in so long.
We fixed it for you. We fixed Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is saved.
Now you got a list to go home and watch,
I know. Which I won't, but I'll just think about it, and that's
Exactly.
good enough for me.
I think I'm good.
Homies in Bangladesh. Check out our list. Rewind. Jot a couple notes
Yo,
because you're gonna get
Legit though.
some deep dive American culture nuggets.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean that's how like a lot of people feel, I think, kind of jaded about Christmas. You know, just because it's been so like
Yeah.
forced down our throat and capitalized.
Totally. Elf, I would say for our homies in Bangladesh and next door. What was the next door place? Oh, I'm spacing on it. We have like half as many folks in
Dude.
Pakistan.
Pakistan, yeah.
Homies in Pakistan. You guys all check out Elf together. We'll make like a group viewing
Yeah.
thing. Don't wait for our group viewing though, because I'm not going to get around to doing that.
Yeah.
Just totally see that movie and then report back.
Yeah.
Holla back. All right. Sorry.
All right. That's it. Wait for it. Wait for the. Yeah, Greasy bringing you that Christmas cheer sound effects.
That was investigatory sounding.
So, continuing on with some Christmas themed news. This is actually pretty neat. It's this electric eel. They have a thing hooked up to his tank.
Yes.
So that whenever he, it shoots off electricity through the water, it catches the current and then powers up a Christmas tree next to his tank.
No way.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah, it
that's
doesn't technically power the tree, but it's activated by it.
Oh, okay. That's
So there's sensors that trigger the tree.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's also crazy that there's such a wide range of electricity that this fella puts out, anywhere from like hundreds of volts, like 400 volts when it's trying to stun some prey it thinks might be nearby, or a predator, to just like 10 or 12 volts between buddies for communication.
It's like, zap. What's
Yeah.
up, man? How's it going, buddy?
And you can hear audio versions of what the eel is doing. Its little oscillations and bursts as it thinks it might be prey or predator, or some kids happen on the glass, or a buddy eel that thinks it might be nodding at electrically. And so there's all this interaction with the eel. It's really interesting.
So what did you say? 400 volts? Is that what you said?
I remember reading an article that's like one of the upper, it could be even more, at least 400.
So what is that in terms of like a human? How does that affect me?
It can peak at about 800 volts. Well, the thing is, there's two other major factors. Volts is given, current is drawn, and you have to conduct enough to draw enough current. So if you're not conducting a lot, you can get a static electricity spark, for example, is usually thousands of volts, but very few amps, very little current.
Gotcha,
And
okay.
in the case of this, you're in water, you're conducting hella well. You can sink some amps, so it'd be thorough. You could be hurt pretty decent. But I still don't know how much current can be really drawn from these fellas. But when you have higher voltage at lower current, you usually have more pain, but less danger.
Gotcha.
When you have higher current, but less volts, you can die easier, but it's less dramatic.
Oh, gotcha. Just like a quick, like up to your.
Like your heart and your brain just go done.
Yeah.
Neither one of these measurements is power. Power is watts, and watts is volts times amps. So you have to increase both the volts and the amps to increase the power. If you just increase one, I mean, you're increasing the power, but you can lower the other one. Transformers, what's special about them is that you can change the voltage and the current changes proportionally the other direction. So you don't get more power, but you can convert amps to volts basically. Like in a wall outlet, you get 12 volts out of 120 because the two coils in the transformer, there's 10 times as much on one side. So it actually gives you a tenth of the voltage because of that ratio of the windings of the coils. Just turns it into magnetism and back into electricity. So there's a little bit of loss, but you have, depending on the size of your transformer, more amps available while less volts.
Yeah. So can a human be killed by an electric eel, do you think? Let's say if you got the full
Let's
on.
find out.
If you were like right next to it.
Think of that.
Yeah, I feel like you can definitely be hurt. Like you could probably convulse and have like if you're using like air tanks, you're underwater. So I can only imagine if it knocks you unconscious.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. If you get knocked, yeah, you're just done for.
You're done for. You're gonna have to have someone do. How do you do CPR underwater? That's another thing.
If you think about a battery that size, stun guns are generally non-lethal as well as tasers because although they're extremely painful, you still only have a certain amount of power in that battery. They get around some of this by storing up extra power in a capacitor, but even then you get an extra jolt at the beginning, and then you've only got the current that can happen from that transition of the like 1.5, 3 volts of the battery up until like 3,000, but you drop current drastically as you do that. So you just make a bunch of sparks, and that's why attackers can generally get you through a stun gun easier than say pepper spray.
Yeah, but
tasers, on the other hand, have the frequencies.
Right, but that's also tasers and stun guns. I mean, so a stun gun, I have to literally touch you.
Yes.
So a taser gun, it's like, well, I mean, where it's on their taser, you shoot the prongs out. So my question is, do you have to be in a perimeter of space? Do you have to be touching the eel for it to affect you?
Human deaths from electric eels, according to National Geographic, are extremely rare. However, multiple shocks can cause respiratory or heart failure, and people have been known to drown in shallow water after a stunning jolt. Now, salt water makes water more conductive.
Oof.
So freshwater eels not going to be as... I don't know if there's freshwater electric eels. It'd be impractical.
Yeah.
Although there's always enough floating particles for freshwater to like break your phone. Salt water is a lot more conductive.
What kind of sensors are this guy... Do we know what kind of sensors this guy's using at all? Or like some kind of like pulse...
to catch the signal from the electric eel.
Signal from the eel?
Or the tank? I don't know.
Super curious about that too. I'll probably look more into it because it's tricky when you don't know where the like a ground gradient would be.
Yeah.
Because the water would all be kind of...
It is salt water, so technically it's a giant battery.
Yeah, I don't know where you'd put sensors. Maybe conductors on opposite sides of the tank.
Yeah.
If there's one closer to him and then one further away where the water's at a different electrical potential. It's weird. I imagine there's only so much battery this fella can be, too.
Well, I think if the tank's like small, because it doesn't look like a really, really large tank. I wonder like how their radius of their reach for their currents. I mean, it could just be like on the corners of the tank or something like that.
Well, we're also forgetting they don't need to harness the electricity. They just need to sense that it's occurring.
Yeah.
So you could sense that just with antennas, basically, almost like a radio receiver.
Like
is going to pick that up.
EEGs going across.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is pretty...
Oh, yeah, it could be like an EEG monitor, for a heart.
EEG.
Yeah, it'd be really similar.
Because they just put those sensors around your chest to measure like your heart, and if like take example, if you're having some symptomatic minor epileptic episodes, they'll put it on your head and see where all the more activity is. So I mean, I'd be surprised or I'd be impressed if they just simply put it on the outside of the glass, and it would still just pick it up, but. I mean, it's probably on the inside. This guy probably has something kind of maybe taped on the inside. I mean, it's probably EEG is my best bet on that one.
We need to connect a microphone to a stun gun, put it in the water, and then we'll see if it can mimic what we say back to us on the speaker that we have attached to this fella, and we'll learn the secrets of the universe.
All right. Nice. All right, should we pay our... it's that time already.
An early second, Bob?
Oh, no, it's right on time.
Yeah, it truly is, actually. So we're going to do a second instance of...
Below Preston Esquires.
That's right.
What is Jesse Rays BBQ? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View. By the smell alone, you're going to know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Rays BBQ, you'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Rays BBQ is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Rays, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Is your butt a crudely built birdhouse? No. Then why are you sanding it with toilet paper? Dude wipes have aloe vera to protect your sensitive side. See? Sensitive.
Come on, dude, take it to the hole. Hey, Bobby, I feel like going out tonight, but I don't feel like going to the Strip. Any ideas?
I say we head over to the Golden Tiki over on Spring Mountain Road.
I've never been. What's so great about it?
Dude, they got some great, crazy drinks up there, man. And it's right in the heart of all the foot massage parlors, so if we can walk there, we get a foot massage on the way back.
Or in case we strike out, right?
Man, you're not gonna strike out. Dude, I get laid when I walk into the Golden Tiki.
Really? I'm in.
Come on down to the Golden Tiki, located at 3939 Spring Mountain Road, right in the heart of Chinatown. You're going to love it. This place is absolutely amazing. Come and check it out for yourself. 3939 Spring Mountain Road.
Let's face it, every once in a while, we all need a little help. A call to the bullpen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have I got a product for you. Rick Knucklecock here to tell you about an exciting new product called Spunk Lube. Yes, Spunk Lube, the all-water soluble lubricant that'll help you perform in the bedroom. Yes, Spunk Lube. You can use it to loosen pickle jars. Play a game of Hide the Pickle. Hide the Pickle. Use it to grease your ball bearings. Do you have a squeaky back door? Squeaky door. Need to glaze a ham? Or how about frost a donut? Frosted donut. Yes, Spunk Lube. And boy, do I have an offer for you. If you call now and mention RadioVegas.rocks and order 3 jars of Spunk Lube, you get 2 for free. They often say 2's a crowd, but 3's a party. Spunk Lube. Visit us at spunklube.com.
And we're back. It's Greasy Conversation, spelled the way you would expect on RadioVegas.rocks. It's the holiday season together, where I pause awkwardly in my sentences and end with a lower note.
Someone's been taking acting lessons from Jeff Goldblum.
Now,
from Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, that saucy little number.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the vault of learnings.
Mysterious facts.
Mysterious facts.
Oh, what about the Ponzi scheme was?
So wait, let's get some more details behind that, because with our connoisseur of Ponzi scheme action, I'm inclined to ask which Ponzi scheme, but I'm remembering now it was
a cryptocurrency,
fresh crypto Ponzi.
Yeah.
And these guys were out of Colorado, weren't they? There was like some of these guys that were involved in Colorado or something.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of them were out of Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a cryptocurrency fraud, which I think they were taking money from investors for like a Bitcoin mining
operation, right, to render it.
Yeah, a lot of it's practically boilerplate for people that have been listening to the hype of cryptocurrency 10 years ago and just were like gonna get around to that, but too busy yachting on their boats and jet skiing on their yachts that are on their boats, and subsequently smaller Russian doll-like bodies of water on these vessels. They were so busy with this that they're like only now getting around to mining. Now that mining is like passe, and last year was the year to buy cheap video cards for leftover crypto mining.
Well, even that is like it's so much harder to actually mine And it's like I don't think it's really profitable anymore.
No, it's not.
If you're not the big boys in China or doing it up in like Greenland,
you're gonna spend so much money on electricity now and energy.
Yeah.
You know, so and not only that, but it's like Nvidia and Radeon, they all know what's going on. They raise up the prices intentionally just because they know that people are going to use it for cryptocurrency.
And they have dramatically.
Yeah.
So that's affected the prices. The power thing is a big one. So you have places like Greenland where there's free geothermal power and tons of cold weather to cool the processes, the processes inside the processors. And that's who's doing it. China with tons of help from the government. Eastern Europe, there's less tax on infrastructure there. It's if you're not in one of those three places, if you're not already doing it, so to speak, it's hopeless. And these people knew this, putting this delicious Ponzi scheme together. The quotes from it are the best. So get ready, radio listeners. We've got you on the mind. As much as we might tease some cool things on the screen sometimes, this is a radio format. Driving in your car, get ready. These people said shit like, we are building this whole model on the backs of idiots.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting quoted for these things. What they allegedly did amounts to little more than a modern high-tech Ponzi scheme. Defrauded victims of hundreds of millions of dollars. Where's some of these juicy quotes? What was described as Bitcoin mining earnings, the prosecutor alleges, were just false and misleading figures. For weeks, Bit Club Network was the folks in Camarillo, California.
Oh, here's a good one. This is when it talks about one of the guys describing their firm as the most transparent company in the history of the world that I've ever seen, and that they were too big to fail.
Yeah, of course you've seen the history of the world.
Yeah.
And the history of the world that I've ever seen. Nice qualifying.
Yeah,
statement.
totally. It's legally correct, I guess. He just hasn't seen much, that's all. Yeah, man.
Hasn't seen much at all. No.
Right.
Yeah, one dude told the other dude to bump up the daily mining earnings starting today by 60%. And he was warning that is not sustainable. That is Ponzi territory and fast cash out Ponzi, but sure. I like the language too of these folks. But sure. It's like old timing. That is Ponzi, but sir, gentlemen.
Yeah, and like they were defrauding investors, because for anyone who doesn't know it quickly, a Ponzi scheme is where you take money from future investors and pay out the people who have already invested in that you've already taken money from, so that they feel like they aren't getting ripped off, so you can keep it going and you're skimming some off the top here,
Yeah, complete pyramid.
Yeah, so they were like defrauding people because they actually had their Bitcoin mining numbers that were just completely made up that they would use to like get people to invest, and you're probably talking about like, millions of dollars at some point, because it's not cheap. So they, would hit.
And you always have that friend that's all like, dude, have you ever dude, get into Bitcoin, man. Yeah, you get it right. If you get in right now.
Yeah. That was like, that was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
if you guys listen to the first season
of
this
we
show,
were like, we would talk about it a lot, but we aren't like, we're just going to dump all our money into it,
No, we're like, I put $10 in.
Yeah.
I
remember you said you had like Bitcoin from your friend that you'd had forever, like almost a Bitcoin or something.
I got $10 of Bitcoin from a friend a couple years back. But before we were talking about this, it was probably like a year or two ago, early in this show, season 1 time, that by then had turned into like $300.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I still have like a little nut over there, like a little emergency nut that hovers between like 175 and 300-ish.
Yeah.
More like 175 to 2 and change now.
Yeah.
Is what it's worth. But then I threw like another $10 at some Litecoin just in case.
Or some Dogecoin.
Plummeted the moment I got it. It was like, wow, Litecoin's being hip again. Dogecoin.
Dude, I own Dogecoin.
I feel like
I have it.
The novelty and the meme value is going to keep Dogecoin relevant like forever.
Dude.
Yeah, it's like the meme also is what kind of lifted it off too. It's kind of strange. If you provided,
it's still relevant.
Calamity James coin. What happens if you do that? I mean,
Anyone can make a coin. ICO's initial coin offerings.
Yeah.
were all the rage when we were initially talking about this, but it's not hip now.
No.
No. There were a lot of them, and a lot of them that are like worthless now. That were all like the rage. Like what was another? Ripple was another one.
Yeah.
And there was like Litecoin.
Bitconnect was the one.
What Ethereum's
still
around?
Ethereum's still big.
Ethereum's still around. That was the one that I was gonna bring up actually. Yeah.
Ethereum's still very relevant. Ethereum's one of the ones I have a couple dollars in.
Yeah. But it was
just
funny.
in case. I'm diverse. I've diversified.
There was some crazy stuff. There was some crazy stuff that came out. Like there was a real flash in the pan. It was called Crypto Kitties.
Yeah.
They were like unique, just digital cats that were like created by the blockchain, and each one had a unique cat. But people were spending like real serious money on these things because it was all like with cryptocurrency. So people were like, yeah, we'll just throw Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like you didn't hear about it 2 days later. It's just like those guys are gone with all that money.
Fun thought on that. On the greasyconversation.com website, there's a search thing in the lower right. And if you type in like crypto or crypto kitties, you can find these articles, the actual past episodes where we talked about certain things.
Yeah.
Particularly Bitconnect. Oh man, if you Google Bitconnect and play some videos, there is this legendary like announcer guy they hired as like a hype guy who wasn't like the freshest at English, but his enthusiasm was so great that it led to many a meme. Remember the Bitconnect?
Oh yeah, Bitconnect.
Bitconnect, and he just yells for like 4 hours.
Oh man,
it's like a 4-minute straight.
Was Bitconnect like
That one was a total scheme that crashed like right after that thing.
But it was like one of the sites that like what do they call them?
Oh, like a wallet.
Yeah, but there was a site like there. What was the other one? It was a big one in China, and they eventually like got shut down. And it was the site like everyone would do the transactions through.
It was one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, was it Mount Gox or something? MT Gox?
Yeah, Mount Gox.
Don't they have like Bitcoin like ATM machines now?
Oh yeah,
at, like gas stations.
For sure.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
You can go in there like.
It's incorporated into the Cash App. So if you're a Cash App user,
dude, I saw that in my Cash App and I was like, dude, this Bitcoin's never going to merge into that. And then here you go.
Boom, in your Cash App.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Bitcoin Cash split. Not to talk to inside baseball, but that helped the legitimacy of the currency a lot. Now there's two main Bitcoin
and then
branches.
Cash App came out with a card now that you can get mailed to your house, and it's like the same fee to like transfer back and forth from your bank account to put on your card.
Your Cash App account goes in your card. Shout out to Cash App. Use someone's like promo code if you're gonna get it though, because like if you use Joe Rogan's promo code, for example, which I'm not here to like hype that, but it goes to charity and you get like an extra $5, or hit me up in Messenger and we'll both get $5 for referring each other or something like that. Maybe it's 10. Anyway, don't Cash App alone. Hit your dude up first. Let's get a couple scratches on it. Let's scratch a couple backs with our Cash App. Anyway, enough plugging on it. The what was my main point with it? That you can
Bitcoin.
And the fees are the card. You get a card and whatever you write on the screen gets like etched into your card. So my card had like weird flowers and greasy conversation on it instead of my name. So it looks like this fancy corporate card.
Yeah. Is it just like you draw on the screen
exactly
with like your finger or a stylus?
And then that gets embossed into the card when you get it for free.
So you do like really bad penis drawing, like on your.
Yeah, no nipples though, because the Twitch detection algorithm is embedded.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would always whenever like someone gave me like the Square app pad or whatever at a coffee shop or something that, people would get pretty mad at me because I'd make like a full illustration with my finger.
Oh, you start like drawing,
like multi-touch.
And then it was and there was I feel like they actually had to make an update because of me, because what happened was I would use up that entire space. It wasn't just the line. I would use up that entire
you could draw
on the whole thing. So like what it did was it tried to shrink it down to the receipt. and it froze.
You crashed it.
And they crashed it, and then they were all like looking at me, and they're like, "What were you writing?" And I was like, "It's a secret code. It gives me free coffee," and they gave me free coffee.
Nice.
So,
Like, well, he says he has this secret code. So
yeah, no,
just
well, I
honor
didn't do that. I didn't tell that to them until after I grabbed the cup.
His secret code didn't work. Better give him free coffee.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So speaking of like free codes and Bitcoin, so there's what else is going on here? We got. So we've talked about.
Oh, there's something you wanted to
eels.
plug, right? Are you trying to segue into what you're going to plug?
Maybe.
So seeing how the segue goes.
We talked about Christmas, movies, to electric eels, to being shocked, and I just want to let you guys know that if you ever want to go to like have a good time where you want to get have fun with your friends and have some drinks and deal with like a Krampus party and kind of go on your bad side, you can go to liquidred.lv. liquidredlv.com, and you can check out our events. We do public burlesque and floggings and bench spankings, but we can't do that in every vendor. A lot of vendors don't allow us to do that. So this is kind of a place to go to where, if you want to have some kinky Krampus fun, go to liquidredlv.com.
You can't give yourself your own bench spanking.
No, you cannot. So bring your friends.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, definitely.
It's better when you are meeting up with someone the first time, and
it's a way to get to know people.
Better,
Yeah.
way better. So
Beats coffee for sure.
And we were talking about Christmas videos, talking about eels getting shocked, pigeons. What was this? I mean, we're going to talk about this Tesla vehicle. It's all electric, right?
Yeah, the truck. Well, the truck has been out, and what this is, I guess someone just made a rendering of the truck like driving in water, as a dream of an amphibious vehicle.
Yeah, he's fishing out the back. The thing is, not a lot of people know that the other Teslas, while it's not an advertised feature, and they would never recommend it, in a flood, they are both watertight and float. So, and the tires will actually move enough water that in an emergency, in a flood situation, you can drive a Tesla without the tires touching the ground in water. And they've been shown to do that throughout like the floods of the last couple of years and a couple disasters. People have been able to like escape in their Teslas,
especially here in Las Vegas. Like
when we get
when we get floods here, like the water it doesn't go anywhere.
No.
The earth is so hard, it just kind of gathers. We return into a lake again. So
yeah, you see beached cars that people like recover 2 hours later.
Yeah, and it happens like fast too. If it just rains for like a heavy rain for a couple hours out here, and there's a few streets that are just like mega fucked right away.
And Elon's been dreaming of an amphibious car, at least as a one-off or a concept vehicle, for a while. And given the success in doing that just in being thorough for weatherproofing of the other Teslas, probably not the X. If you know the X is famous for its panel gaps, I wouldn't trust its waterproofness.
Yeah, and I would not. And I actually,
but the S model is the one that's most known for it.
Right, S models. This truck, I'm very curious about this truck.
It's probably going to be just as water resistant. So
I feel like
floating
probably
is likely.
more. Look at the tires on that bad boy.
I know the tires alone will float that fella.
And dude, I was also about to mention. So I actually remember my friend. He got a Tesla, and he actually so he had a flat tire. And the flat tires on a Tesla, they'll go for a while. But it turns out that the Tesla tires are extremely unique. And if you take it to like an AutoZone or a discount tire, they will not change your tires.
They don't even mess with it.
They do not know how to change them. So they actually Tesla. They were like, we didn't think about this. But there's this guy who figured it out. It turns out that the Tesla tires are full of styrofoam. There's an air layer, and then there's like this styrofoam layer.
Nice.
Like this construction dense styrofoam, which is actually pretty cool because
And
technically
the air goes in that, basically.
No, the air goes in the layer underneath.
Okay.
Actually the styrofoam, and then the layer goes on top of that.
It's a way of doing
it's
like a run flat. in
Right,
emergency.
yeah, exactly. So it's like a balloon over this thing. So this guy actually had to demonstrate reapplying the styrofoam when you're trying to fix a tire. Like
Oh, wow.
You know, yeah, it's a whole. Well, that's if you you punch a hole in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you get a screw in there, it's not coming out. So it's,
Gotcha.
yeah. So, but look at this video, man.
Yeah,
What
I
is
can't
this?
believe they did. This person rendered out a whole video. It looks completely real. Especially because Instagram doesn't have to be that high resolution. Look at this. This is flawless.
Where it looks like he's just out in the middle of the
Super-
ocean.
Yeah.
Like fishing.
What's funny is that I don't see a driver in the windows. The one thing they forgot to simulate
Oh,
is
yeah.
this truck is just plowing through it autonomously.
Yeah, I can do that.
Is the truck autonomous? It's not, is it?
I don't think so.
It will be as autonomous as the others. I'm sure there's going to be cameras on the side pillars
Some
and
automatic
stuff.
features.
For sure.
Backing up and parallel parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, are these the ones that have the feature where like the car will come to you like in the parking lot?
It's my understanding that all the current Teslas got that feature rolled out.
Okay.
It could just be the 3 though.
Didn't Elon Musk run over a bullard? He ran over some kind of traffic cone on accident. I think that was just him. That wasn't the automatic feature.
The automatic feature a couple episodes ago, we reported on it getting a ticket. There was the first.
That's hilarious.
Well, the cop didn't end up writing a ticket, but and it's crazy how prepared this guy was to video it. That he might have talked to the cop first, but it went through a stop sign in a parking lot, and this cop stopped it to find that there was no one in it, just people across the parking lot summoning it. Smart summon is the mode.
Smart summon.
Yeah, they smart summoned it, and it got pulled over in the process.
You shall not pass.
Do the cars automatically stop when the cop is there?
That's another thing that makes that story suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
Did it?
stopped it in the app when the cop pulled it over. I don't know if it really blew the stop sign or if they just yeah. Or maybe they found that it did and they're like, "Hey, cop buddy, check it out. It'll do this."
Maybe it was like halfway scripted, and the cop just kind of was like, "Well, because cops do what cops do. They're gonna be directly behind you at all times if they try to pull you over."
But also, okay, a stop sign in a parking lot isn't actually enforceable by a cop. You could get that dropped no problem because you're on private property. You
Yeah.
don't even have to wear your seatbelt in a parking lot. Officially, legally. Not only that, but who doesn't blow through stop signs in a parking lot? In front of Ross, next to Guitar Center.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No one stops at
Only
those
that
ones.
one.
Yeah.
It's funny.
If I had a truck like that, I'd probably have a license plate that spelled out WUTCURB. What curb? I'd be driving over those
Yeah,
things.
gobble curbs.
Dude, gobble. Dude, I mean, okay.
Oh, it's a
Vegas-
Kohl's, not a Ross. Sorry.
Right. Oh, Kohl's. There you go. Yeah. Isn't
Stop signs in front of Kohl's are meaningless.
And what other stores are closing? What, Sears is closing?
Is Kohl's closing?
I don't know. All of them are closing. Sears, Kohl's, Macy's.
Sears has been closing for 20 years.
Yeah, they're like
Sears won't die.
it's like the Blockbuster dinosaur that is still crawling around like an alligator somewhere.
It's like no one told the managers to lock the door. It's still Sears.
They're
Sears
still,
forever.
They're still paying out money to them.
Well, Sears just bought or got bought by enough people to keep him around as a little brother. That's what
Aw.
Sears has become now, kind of.
They're like you're just the runt of the family now. So.
All right. What about these?
Ange says hi, by the way. Crack correspondent Ange Kerfoot, responsible for a lot of these headlines we read each week.
Oh,
It's very
hey,
true.
Ange.
All right.
I'm gonna
Hold
call
on.
her Ang.
Ange.
Ange. Anchorfoot.
I'm sure this is
Anchorfoot.
I'm sure this is one of hers. The story about the thousands of penis fish
Yes.
that have washed ashore on a California beach.
I thought those were sausages, man.
Being close to California, they taste delightfully like sausages if you've been over there.
They do look like sausages. They even look like they have one ball.
What? Just
We're
like
getting
hanging
banned for
there.
this. This is getting us cut
Dude,
for sure.
What is that?
Well, it's a type of worm. It's a water
Oh,
worm.
It's a water worm.
And what they do is they secrete gooiness to help them slide through the sand.
Oh,
It's a lot like Spunk Lube, one of our favorite sponsors, which is it's a real thing. Spunk Lube is the industry leading semen simulation lubricant. It's non-staining. We've got bottles of it. You can win some. Hit me up. I've always got extra packets in my pocket to give away like Halloween candy. I'm like that old guy with the Werther's Original in his pocket, but it's a sexual lubricant. And it's good stuff. It tastes great, non-staining. Spunk Lube.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see how much Spunk Lube this guy's got.
Yeah, so these worms goop it up, and every couple seasons, they're a regular thing on this beach. Someone else... It's just funny. This was a lot of half-assed journalism was put into this. I went through, no kidding, like 5-6 articles about this, and only one news source bothered to like check and see if anyone in that area posted about it. One guy was like, "Oh, the weenie wigglers are here again. The weenie worms.
Weenie worms.
Yeah, the weenie worms are back. Apparently, they're frequent visitors." He's like, "Wow, there sure is a lot this year." But BBC broke it. If it wasn't for BBC making a holler about it, then a lot of folks wouldn't have even noticed this is a thing regularly. Because there's so many other things going on in California.
Wait, where in California is this again?
Drake's Beach, California. I think it's. I don't know which chunk of California.
Yeah,
it looks like the. It looks like the.
They make
left
mucus.
out the left out child from like a predator mother, you know.
Like a stillborn.
She had like a predator had an abortion.
Oh God.
You know.
Here's something interesting. Is that this is actually a food delicacy in Korea and Japan.
You can cook these things?
No, they are not eaten cooked.
They're eaten raw. With usually just salt and sesame oil.
Oh, yes, your
or
face
with
about it.
gochujang.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Do we have any video or footage of them secreting to wiggle through? How do
I don't know if
through?
I have any
How
of
do
the
they
secretion
move?
time, but there's a little bit of.
There's a little wiggling.
Fat inner keeper worm.
The fat innkeeper.
Fat innkeeper worm.
Yeah, they do have someone's.
Oh, look at it, Pulse.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So I didn't realize this while not looking at enough video time, but there's like a enlarged region of it that will pulse to push itself down your esophagus.
Ugh.
So when you're trying to swallow it whole, it'll help you out and pulsate down its body. And man, it looks like some things that you can buy.
It's like a heartbeat almost.
It looks like a high-end Japanese marital aid.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Dang.
Oh, man. It's just a creepy ass thing, man.
Dude,
This thing makes me feel like some hentai.
I actually kind of want to capture a bunch of these and use them as bait at Lake Mead. I mean,
catch the real big fish.
Yeah,
down there.
you'll catch the real fellas.
Get the real big fish. Oh, she looks happy holding that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little fella.
I wonder. Yeah, I mean, like, I
The
guess.
pulsing is something else.
I guess it is kind of cute. I mean, you look at it
In a weird way.
In a weird way.
It's
like
not uncute.
Yeah. I mean, look at that thing go. Look at him go. It almost looks like a naked mole rat without any legs. You know?
And people eat that.
And people eat that.
I guess. I'm sure some people
How
eat
much
mole rats.
how much would you do for like, hey, I mean, like, would you do it for $1,000? Would you eat one for $1,000?
I mean,
How much do I have to eat it? How cooked do we? I can't eat anything alive.
Can't you cook it?
I'm sure if you can eat it raw, I'm sure you can figure out some way to cook it.
You'd have to get in the at least tens of thousands for me to go raw on that.
But
fella.
what if it's actually better raw than cooked?
Well, I would have a difficult.
I would trust someone on that.
I wouldn't believe it.
But I would say
I would cook it anyway.
I would say no to see how high someone would offer me. But I would probably. I mean, if the upper limit of an offer was like $25,000 and I knew that, then yeah, I would. I'd do it for like.
If you sign some papers on that. Non-disclosure.
Hey, if there's I'll sign some papers for 25K. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll,
pay
I'll
the
eat
bills, man.
I'll eat a little slippery weenie worm.
The thing is, the smaller ones, if it's like about thumb sized or littler, I'm in. I can go back into even alive. I feel like it's gonna help me even. It's gonna pulsate. It's gonna climb down there for me. I just gotta hold her down.
Cause that's like, do I have to eat like the whole thing? Do I just gotta take a bite?
I don't want to chew it. I don't want to bite at all. So I'll just gobble a little.
You just want to swallow the whole
A
thing.
little pinky finger one.
It just inhale that guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sure that's what they do too. Like, have you ever seen where they get
No,
like
I think the Koreans chew them.
Dude, hey, they
Do they?
slurp noodles like it's nothing, dude.
Have you seen them like swallow a squid? Where you get like
What?
you get
whole
a squid and you like wrap it and it's alive. It's like the tiny ones. You like wrap it on some chopsticks and you're supposed to swallow the whole thing whole.
There's a viral video where this woman's doing that, but it's too big.
Yeah.
And when the tentacles comes out and grabs her face, and she just starts crying about it. It's really great.
That's awesome.
I actually I feel kind of cool eating a whole squid alive.
They're smart. I feel bad.
Yeah, I feel bad.
It's like eating a cat. They think a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I feel bad about squids and larger octopus. I'm sure there's little dumb squids, just like there's little dumb monkeys that are delicious. You know?
But
like, you don't feel bad about eating a dumb monkey that's little.
So you would but you would eat a bunch of the small things of these little worms, right? What if you found a bunch of the small ones and you like deep fried them?
I bet they're good deep fried.
I was thinking you pre-eat some little worms so that the squid or octopus dives in your throat after as a trap. You just lie down.
Yeah, so you just make your own mouth a trap. That's brilliant, man.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a beak in there though?
Squid, yeah, they have little
beaks. That was one thing that I was questionable about the whole eating the squid whole thing, dude. Is like they would probably have to process that because large massive whales die from the beaks of all the squids that they eat.
It's got to be little squids though, and I think there's a lot of things in the squid family that are shaped pretty different from one another. Right. All these invertebrates can be shaped all kinds of wacky ways.
I feel like
it seems
the beaks might be like they're as harmless as eating like a sunflower seed, like
I'm
shell
sure you'd
maybe.
pass it if it's like
you'd
small
probably go through.
Oh man, you guys ever seen a nautilus?
Oh, nautilus.
Oh yeah, nautilus are awesome.
A nautilus is one of the craziest animals I've ever seen.
What if we put cowboy hats on the weenie worms?
Oh, that's Photoshop. Look out when I get home.
They would be super cute with little cowboy hats, man.
This is gonna be a competition. So whoever makes the best.
And I would put rubber bands on them. I wouldn't glue them on.
Yeah.
You know, and then it would be even funnier because you would see like they
would just like wiggle and like
wiggle through.
under the cowboy hat.
Yeah. And then they'd be all about it, man.
Yeah, nice.
So whoever gives me the best picture of an invertebrate in a cowboy hat can get either a $25 or $50 gift certificate to Rebar. Not certificate, it's actually a gift card. I still have those chilling out because none of you guys made something cool enough for me yet. You gotta get
No one's going to give their moms haircuts.
That was the thing, is I made it a little too challenging.
Yeah.
I needed everyone to make videos of them giving their mom a haircut to win either of these gift cards, and no one followed.
But then it became more than that. It just had all these extra things. It's
I
like
made it sound kind of impossible.
And
to
you
win the
also
gift
have
card.
to like talk shit to your mom at the same time, like tell her how bad her current haircut is while you're cutting it.
And why are you doing this?
It was
beer.
just like
I would
it's
do
worth
it for
it.
beer.
Yeah.
You might be the winner if I keep making it ambiguous and confusing as a competition.
Right. But I like invertebrates with cowboy hats. Yeah.
Invertebrates with cowboy hats.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
Man, we're chugging through this day. Can't believe this is the last show of the year because we're hauling butt on it.
I know, it's been flying. This guy is kind of cute, and I do feel bad for him. His name is Wonky.
Get
the
ready
unicorn horned rabbit.
Wonky.
Which he obviously doesn't have a
jackalope?
real. No, he doesn't have any horn.
Oh.
He is born with a slight deformity to where his ear is like on the top of his head.
One of his
ears.
Oh.
So it sometimes stands up straight, so they call him the unicorn rabbit.
Great horned owls, what look like they have cat ears, those are just feather tufts. They actually have an ear in the middle of the top of their head too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa,
But they have like a little, just like a little ear hole.
Yeah, they have an ear hole in the top of their head and on one side to help them triangulate better. But they have two feather tufts that look like cat ears.
Yeah. But those are not ears.
No,
Look at this guy.
it's my favorite owl. The great horned owl.
Great horned owls are awesome.
We've looked at this one.
Yeah, this
here.
little guy is up for adoption. I don't know where, but you know.
Yeah, you can't get it. This bunny rabbit's so viral now.
Yeah, he's probably gone. There are people fighting him over him now.
The horns in the great horned owl are kind of attached to its eyebrows too. It's like
it's like those old. Have you ever seen like some?
It's a classic owl look.
Well, and there would always be those movies, like usually from either like fantasy movies in the 80s, where there's always that one old guy who has those wicked eyebrows, like the huge bushy, like white eyebrows that just curl up at the end.
They
and they
leave
look
the edge of the head.
Yeah, dude, they're like massive, and you're like, how the fuck do you get eyebrows like that? Who did that?
Yeah. Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
That's the one owl. Sugar Mama.
I don't remember the Fox and the Hound.
No. All right.
No.
I did a report on the great horned owl in elementary school. Never forget it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes your mic.
Don't tell everybody. Not everyone can see that I pulled the mic out of the table.
His mic is leaving. Waz is stealing the mic. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So cute little bunnies, you know.
Bunnies, owlies.
If you want some animals, go adopt some. You can find some really cool animals that need some homes, man.
Yeah, don't make more with the ones you've got lying around. Don't mix the ones you have together or your neighbors. Spay and neuter them and get some of these freshies lying around unloved. Look at this fella. This rabbit has a gentle personality. It's well known. Shout out to Mad Mike, who's a rabbit aficionado of the station. Also on Two Clueless Dudes, twocluelessdudes.com. It's a killer talk show that I also produce. That's hilarious. If you like this one and want to butter on some more talk show to your daily toast, Two Clueless Dudes on RadioVegas.rocks. Speaking of that, there's also the Rocking Comedy Show, the flagship talk show that started this whole station. Can I get a quick noise about this announcement before we get too close to the end? I've got a big announcement. Prepare. It's worth the suspense. I need you attention extra. Behold, listen up, Las Vegas. The Rocking Comedy Show is wrapping up their show for the year on December 17th. It's the last Rocking Comedy Show of the year. December 17th, come over to Golden Tiki, or at least tune in and support our live broadcast from Golden Tiki on Spring Mountain. Can't miss it. That's the legendary one that's got like Disney animatronic birds in it and colorful lights that are like wrapped in pirates' shoelaces.
There's like lava coming out of your table, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just pretty wild
like
over
endless
there.
Easter eggs. Just
First
cool.
couple people to bug me over there get a free drink on me. If you're one of the first couple buddies, you know, people don't pop in right away in the beginning, so it's easy to snag in there and say, "Hey, I am just doing some co-hosting, making the audio stream happen from there."
And Sojo Rotor plays there live too.
He does that late on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Starts at like 3 or something. Like
Sojourner.
3 to 6.
It's fun calling him Sojo, but what you would Google is
I know. So yeah.
Justin Sojourner with
Justin
a U in it.
Sojourner. He's an amazing aerophone and everything.
Basically,
talented musician, like
wind instruments and techie electronic alternatives to wind instruments. This dude wails on them.
Yeah,
that
Wales.
pure soul.
Yeah, Golden Tiki, man. That place is hip. I love that
When
place.
so that's, you said the 17th. What time?
Thank you for asking. It's 2 to 5 p.m. on December 17th. 2 to 5, and I can snack you up too, Greg, if you want to pile in there with
be
me
working.
too. Oh yeah, you're stuck.
You want to go? I'll go with you.
Yeah,
I'll go. Yeah, we'll go.
Or meet me there.
I'll meet you though.
That would be
I'll meet you
awesome.
there.
So we're gonna have some tiki time. If we're both there, you know it's gonna be extra bonus.
I'll wear my sandals. So.
But
it's
you
cool.
heard that preview of the Rocking Comedy Show during the ad break. It's a killer show. It's going to be a real special broadcast. So please, there's going to be fun games. There's games we play like Craigslist Price is Right. Probably not playing that there. but that's a fun game that we play in that show. Another one is this a romance novel? Is this the title of a romance novel or a porno?
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, that game is always fantastic.
So, killer games on that show. Great past episodes if you go to rockandcomedyshow.com. Look up The Devil's Onion Ring.
Should we do our last instance of
Yeah, we've
auto
got
pay?
one more quick commercial chug. This is the brief one, so stay in alert. Stay vigilant.
That's the sound most people make when they leave Pinches Tacos. Why is that? Because Pinches Tacos prides themselves in making every location unique, but give every location the same feel. I'm not talking cookie cutters like those big chain restaurants. They blend into your neighborhood and create a place you want to call your second home. Their doors are always open. Well, at least until 11 o'clock. Their mission is simple. They provide you the best taco experience by using high-quality meats and seafood, fresh garden vegetables, handmade tortillas, and high-quality artisan breads. They could have made it complicated, but they chose not to. Why? Because they found through experience that keeping things simple is a good recipe for success and happiness. It's also a good recipe for a pretty tasty Pinches taco.
According to Spanish language Stack Exchange, we always use it as an insult enhancer and can turn almost any curse word into a really rude one. Pinche pendejo, pendeja equals asshole.
Now they have 6 locations, 2 right here in Las Vegas. Come in, find out why we love them so much. Check them out on Facebook or visit the website, pinchestacos.com, for a location nearest you.
Let's face it, every once in a while, we all need a little help. A call to the bullpen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have I got a product for you. Rick Knucklecock here to tell you about an exciting new product called Spunk Lube. Yes, Spunk Lube, the all-water soluble lubricant that'll help you perform in the bedroom. Yes, Spunk Lube. You can use it to loosen pickle jars. Play a game of Hide the Pickle. Hide the pickle. Use it to grease your ball bearings. Do you have a squeaky back door? Squeaky door. Need to glaze a ham? Or how about frost a donut? Frosted donut. Yes, Spunk Lube. And boy, do I have an offer for you. If you call now and mention RadioVegas.rocks and order 3 jars of Spunk Lube, you get 2 for free. They often say 2's a crowd, but 3's a party. Spunk Lube. Visit us at spunklube.com.
Do you want to pay more for a new car or new home or less? Yeah! Do you want to pay higher interest rates on your credit cards or even to refinance student loan debt or less? Yeah! The secret to paying less on everything is a better credit score. Is your credit score less than 700? Do you even know? Well, now at the same time, you can learn exactly what your credit score is and learn how to make it better. And when you call our special credit repair hotline, you'll speak to an expert that will tell you simple steps to start improving your credit score. And the call and consultation are FREE. That's free. I'm telling you, the secret to paying less is a better credit score, and you can fix it right now. So please make this free call and change your life.
877-857-1658. 877-857-1658. That's 877-857-1658.
I love it. It's time for 2 Clueless Dudes.
If you are interested in getting the nacho box, the new nacho box
From Taco Bell.
from Taco Bell in Las Vegas,
In the entire valley.
you are SOL.
Here's why. There was a commercial plane that crash landed into the warehouse in California.
Aw.
I don't know if California is
Taking
affected.
out all of their nachos, all their tortilla chips.
No, seriously.
Yeah, it like took out all of the on the Western Hemisphere. all
So-
tortilla chips caught fire.
The
And there's apparently a corn
warehouse
shortage.
Yeah, now the valley is also short on corn.
For 2 Clueless Dudes.
Every Friday at 7 p.m. on RadioVegas.rocks.
Folks, we're back. For those watching on the Radio Vegas Rocks, all one word, YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Please ring the bell, toss a subscribe over there. During this last break, I went and pulled up on that stream on the screen images of the last things we were talking about. So whether you follow on that stream or the one that we're doing from Greasy Conversations channels, which you should ring the bell on also, either way, we got to pop you in a quick look at them. But we've also got the audio descriptions for you folks on the road, or you might be vacuuming your house or doing your dishes, maybe even vacuuming your dishes. But Greasy Conversation is the show that you're back with now. Please take a moment to tell your friends, maybe even a couple of, not necessarily your enemies, but people that you're kind of iffy about. Nothing's really absolute, right? You've got these mixed feelings about lots of people in your life. You should be confident about telling them about one thing, and that's greasyconversation.com.
If nothing else.
Yes, it's at the pinnacle of journalism, and we're truly the only ones that understand you the way that we do. Your friends, your family.
We're locals. We're desert dwellers.
Loved ones that
We're
you
here.
might feel are likely to betray you inevitably will, but we never will.
It's true.
Yes.
We'll give you the truth, and nothing but the truth.
We only betray ourselves.
Pure devotion to us can be represented by what you do at greasyconversation.com/merch. Purchasing apparel is one of the best ways you can bond with us in a lasting way
It's true.
that'll inevitably give your life more meaning and value.
And it's a perfect Christmas gift as well.
That's right. To people whose souls you really care about, maintaining a bond with you, yea, deep into an eternity we have no guarantee of. The one thing you'll know is what's happened with your soul due to what we share with you in our dank news, things where we react to that
Drugs.
kind of thing. Yeah. We're
And
making drugs in your head that you can only make through listening to our soothing voices. It's real, and the people you share, the life you shave, the life you shave can be your own.
Yeah.
And if your soul's just as condemned as everyone else's here in Las Vegas and still like to have a good time, look up liquidredlv.com and look up for our parties and follow us on Facebook.
Kinky Crumpus.
Oh, yeah. Happy holidays.
All right.
Keeping it horny.
Holidays.
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 All right. Let's do our news chuggerino time.
News chuggerino.
I don't know how chuggle fuck it's gonna be.
Chuggle. Time to get a little chuggle those juggles.
So we on the Vegas Strip we're having it's not really like this. Well, I guess it's the fashion show mall, but it's a Banksy art exhibit. It's called Banksy Genius or Vandal. So yeah, that'll be here from now until April 2020, April 5th, 2020.
Sorry, you brought up Banksy.
Yeah.
And instead I brought up the 18,000-year-old mummified puppy.
Oh, yeah.
That would be hilarious if that was a Banksy exhibit. It's just this ancient pup. Check out what he's been up to. Dang, his whole view changed.
Wow,
wow, his voice is so different.
Right. Fucking, oh, man. Yeah, he actually, like, traveled back in time to do that one. That's all.
He really outbeated. He really outdid Tim Burton's.
You think?
Exhibit? No. But, on that, if that puppy was his.
Have you seen either one yet? The Tim Burton one's like down the street from me. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I actually really want to go. We should.
Yeah, I haven't.
We'll do that together too.
Oh, we'll call it. We'll call it. It'll be a date. Let's do it.
Yeah, squeaky wheels come roll on past us. Squeaky wheels is what I'm calling the droplets now. Because the squeaky wheels get the grease, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My bearings need some oil and grease. Yeah.
Oh, bearings too. I got all kinds of nicknames for y'all.
Please. I'll call me Bearings from now on. That'd be great.
Roll on over, Bearings.
So, one thing that did stick out, I don't think it was the first article I read about it, but they did mention as almost as like a challenger to Banksy, our very own local recycled propaganda.
Can you believe that?
Dude,
Isaac, recycled propaganda.
Dude, recycled propaganda's killing it, dude.
Yeah,
their artwork is all over downtown.
Yeah, he's super dope, man. I just it's cool to like get mentioned when they're like Banksy's like the guerrilla artist You know, it's like that's when you say guerrilla art or that type of artwork, like Banksy's the first dude.
He started an era of art conceptualized a whole different way and how it's delivered and how it's given to the public.
Yeah, for sure.
And how messages are put into art in a new subversive way that's almost a throwback to classic ways art would try to overthrow governments and mindsets. And it's definitely what's going on with recycled propaganda and the messages behind that. And I highly recommend checking out our, not interview, our hangout session with him. If you go to greasyconversation.com, use that search box in the lower right and hop up like recycled. You'll see that episode's a really good
he's a really interesting dude.
Really good episode to check out. And a cool dude, recycled propaganda. You can Google it real easy.
Yeah, he's located off Main Street.
Yeah, he's got a gallery in town recently.
Downing. Yep, he just opened that up, and his work is almost every local restaurant down there has some of his work.
Yeah, Rebar, who you can get a gift certificate from by winning our contest by shaving your mom.
Oh, it's that now?
What part of your mom?
Oh.
Beggars can't be choosers,
Beggars
baby.
can't be choosers.
Whatever she'll let you, I guess. I don't know.
Well, if your
You gotta
mom's
shave
into
your
it.
mom's mustache.
Man, you guys get to look at all my bad typing.
Nice.
Especially with the immigration issues, he's got some bangers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, his stuff is legit. But yeah, to be like mentioned in the same article as Banksy, you know you're doing some real shit, you know.
I mean, when your message is basically that same kind of guerrilla outlook on life, I can see why Banksy would appreciate what he's kind of doing. But also,
yeah, for sure.
You know, we've had recycled propaganda work on some music videos for us. Do a lot of conceptual art for restaurants. He's made a huge difference.
Yeah,
in the
he's
arts
done
district.
a ton of stuff, man.
And he's not radical in the annoying way. One thing that stood out from kicking it with him is the fact that we, in trying to be like stark neutralists, can be really capitalist in our viewpoints sometimes. And I feel like some of my views are more on the capitalist side, but controlled capitalism. And I think that the opposite of capitalism isn't necessarily what we want in life either. But to contrast that and to draw lines in the gray and have some wide fuzzy lines between things, we're like, okay, this is pretty capitalist, but this is dope. This is pretty capitalist, this is gross. And contrast these things, it's fun.
Oh yeah, dude, I love these pens.
I was just suddenly
can have
pen
this one.
battling it. Pen trade. Yeah,
Oh,
that one had the rubber thing. It's gone now. Haha.
Man, I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, we'll hook you up with one. We got one that's not chewed off. We're talking about the pens that have a tablet rubby thing on the end.
Oh, a little stylus end.
Yeah.
Speaking of stylists and art, don't try to go too crazy making a full illustration when you're trying to do a signature. Otherwise, you will freeze.
Okay, wait. So the signature on the pads when you buy something and it makes you sign on the screen, right?
Correct.
And you like finger painted.
Yes, I did an entire portrait of me hanging out at the bar, and so it was.
They gave you a lot of time on the signing.
There was like 2 people standing behind me too.
Oh man.
And so yeah. So apparently, what had happened was I think Squarespace made an update because now you can really on most of them you can only write on the line and not everywhere else. Because what it tried to do was when I was done, it could only handle so many lines and it kind of just auto saved. And it tried to scale it down to the receipt, and it froze. And she had no idea what to tell me. And I was like, "Did I pay for it? Did I not? Did I sign?"
Love freaking. You're thinking of Square, but
Correct.
I love Squarespace, which is a different company.
Oh, sorry, that's a website company.
Yeah, but
so Square, just Square. When you swipe your card and you have to sign, and we use these awesome little felt tip pens to, So that was interesting experience. But speaking of which, I would only imagine what recycled propaganda would put on those. So it's like.
Well, I have to take the derailment and mention Squarespace real quick because that's another one. If you IM me, I'll hook you up with a promo code on that, and you'll get a discount. And if I remember, I'm gonna post that in some of the comments. And I ain't spamming. That promo code came up relevantly in conversation, but yeah, we can we can Squarespace together. RadioVegas.rocks and twocluelessdudes.com are both on Squarespace right now.
Nice. Yeah, hook it up.
And this is
There
from
you
an
go.
old school WordPress, dude.
Dude, WordPress is like industry standard now, almost practically.
It's
you know?
it's number one for hackers to exploit.
Oh, that's
for
true.
sure. And I can't talk too much trash. GreasyConversation.com, a ton of my other websites, RockingComedyShow.com are WordPress, but I'm gradually making all the new ones in Squarespace now for the enhanced security and actually more limitations. I prefer that the templates are more limiting than what's available on WordPress, dramatically so, because the consistency is there. It's
Right.
gorgeous across all platforms. The things that it limits me in doing, I don't need to do that badly. And if I really got to move an element, if I really got to tweak it, I can do that in CSS, which is handy, but you don't have to. So my CSS skills for
Yeah.
website designiness, they still come in handy a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's that. Do you remember Dreamweaver?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
That
miss
was
Dreamweaver, but I also don't miss Dreamweaver.
That was like before content management systems were really the rage.
Like when
you'd make
Flash
it-
was Macromedia.
You'd basically draw in Photoshop what you want your website to look like. Then you'd cut out the header and cut out the side and cut out the other side
What?
and cut out the middle content area.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be your framework, and you would just iframe out the middle part.
Remember?
And that's how you made a site back in the day.
You remember how like MySpace was, and you could do that.
Yeah, MySpace you could put in
You know?
CSS.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I had people. That was like my first client ever. My first graphic designing clients were customizing MySpace pages.
Oh yeah,
that was the beginning for me too.
Yeah,
I got a couple bucks that way.
Yeah.
And it was funny because
Just
it
a
was something they disabled and then quickly re-enabled because people were so upset about not
Yeah,
being
and
able
they wanted to, and they of course wanted to make money off of it. Didn't like Justin Timberlake bring it back?
Yeah.
How? Why? And how? I don't. I
Well,
actually don't want
there's a
to
lesson in this. There's an important lesson in this for designers and people in the design industry, and that's in all of the design industries, MySpace allowed people to customize the whole look of their thing.
Just everything.
And it made it so difficult to interact with some of these profiles. You couldn't read the fonts. Hearts would be flying by if you're trying to look at pictures and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, people did that to troll just specifically.
well,
Like,
the people that wanted their profile to do all the things and have all the show-offy things weren't the people that were looking at other profiles and having a nightmare with it and waiting 10 minutes for the freaking profile to load, having it crash as it uploads spyware.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that Facebook succeeded on, one of the major compliments it got from its users is the fact that the interface was consistent. Every profile had everything in the same spot and looked the same way. So you could really use these profiles as a tool and really see the people and not just a different mess of garbage each time.
it's like, here's your yard, do what you want with it.
Yeah.
But
No,
here's
I'm
a fence.
for everyone's yards
You
looking
know?
crazy.
Yeah, me too.
But this is a business card, and everyone's
Right.
business cards
is a 3 by 2.5. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a consistent shape.
Yeah.
And so that's been the thing for social media ever since. Nothing allows you to customize profiles like MySpace did, and for good
Yeah.
reason, because it was a usability nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times, man. Yeah.
Anytime talking about UX, user experience stuff, there's a lot of bad interfaces around in this world, and it's a constant battle. Like which apps put things in standard places, which apps you have to climb through hamburgers and 3 dots for to do anything. I mean, that's really what you're supposed to do is hamburger that stuff. But anyway, we're on a whole nother thing. Let's have some more. Let's have a little bit less inside baseball, right?
Less inside baseball. Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, since we're close to end, I feel like we
Nice.
should end on some. I picked out a few Florida Man stories. So we haven't had any Florida Man stuff in a minute.
Yeah, shout out to Mikey. MySpace was way too much. All right, Florida Man in it.
Yeah,
Right.
so we got our good buddy Thomas Shea Styles, who gets arrested for selling an undercover cop a fake ID through Snapchat. But like, this is my favorite part about this story. Like, first of all, the look of him, but his nickname is Shea Butter.
Oh.
And he is like, he looks like
He kind of does look like Shea Butter, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, it just doesn't look like the name fits him.
No.
It just is.
This article is all pictures of pool tables.
He looks like a younger version from the dude in Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Little Dead.
Yeah, Little Dead. Yeah. Speaking of when we were talking about customizing user interfaces and websites and business cards, I mean, this guy getting away with. I mean, you gotta do some pretty good graphic design to, I mean, maybe fool a cop.
Well, you just take a picture of
You
your
know?
face, and then you could like morph his face into pretty much any white dude. He's like,
Yeah.
he looks like
That
Adam,
is the template.
Adam.
that's the MySpace template for you know.
Oh yeah, it's just Tom.
It's just Tom. Hi, Tom.
Yeah.
What up, Tom?
He has like the seed face where it can just grow into any face.
It's malleable.
Yeah.
You can work with it.
He looks exactly like the dude on YouTube that made a robot that shines a laser beam into your eye.
That's just what it does.
What is your purpose? I shoot lasers in your eyes.
Yeah, it's Michael Reeves, you guys. Check out Michael Reeves. He's an awesome YouTuber.
Arizona Tea is his curtain background?
Yeah, he does a lot of hack stuff, and he'll show you like a preview into the code that he wrote, but makes it really fun and funny. But yeah, he took a pizza box and a couple servos and a laser pointer and a camera and did it all in code where the camera face detects him, finds the eyes, and shines the laser into his eyes, and he tries to dodge it. See,
Oh my
it keeps
gosh.
swooping and getting him as he moves.
This kid's gonna go blind. It's like you're gonna go blind trying to test this thing. Oh yeah, look at that. It looks like it hurts.
It zaps him good.
It does.
Is that the same kid that turned his like car into it drives itself?
His dad's car.
His dad's car.
He hooked a pneumatic piston to the gas pedal, and then he got one of those toy brain kits.
Oh god.
Where there's an open source kit you can get that senses brain waves. You put this little helmet thing on, and it has an API, so you can code things that interface from its output. So he put this all in like Rubbermaid bins with a big kill switch, and then so he put it on his friend, and he steered, and he could only get it to respond to concentration. Like so, if you concentrate, then the car goes, and then you have to relax and not concentrate and have.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
It's like, so if you're stressed out, it's not gonna.
So if you defocus, then it releases the gas pedal.
That's so funny.
And
wow.
he didn't get it granular. It just punches it or doesn't. And he put this in his dad's car, and they go in like a dirt parking lot, and he keeps screaming at his friend because like they'll floor it, and he'll panic. And he'll be like, "Stop concentrating! Don't relax really hard." So like relax to make the car stop donutting.
It's like trying to tell your friend to calm down who has like anger issues.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna make it worse.
It's the best.
Or like
That's awesome.
or just the concept of like trying to relax when someone's yelling at you to relax, like
Yeah.
how hard that, or just to be able to like focus, or not focus like
Well,
on command.
He's got electrocuting my muscles to force me to dab. a robot shoots me when I get shot in Fortnite. The Roomba that screams when it bumps into stuff. And there was that car one. Let's see. Taser tag.
Oh god.
Taser tag is the new one. That's great. The mind control one, using mind control to drive a car.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think we're on the tail end. I think hey, you guys got any last things?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's my media recommendation
Come
for
down.
you.
What was it? Recycled propaganda.
Yeah, go check out some recycled propaganda,
Propaganda.
and then compare him to Banksy, and then like just be like, oh no, that's way better than Banksy.
Yeah. Come visit us at Golden Tiki and Rebar. And
Yeah,
a
man.
lot of recycled propaganda's work is at Rebar too. You can see Abraham. Isn't that Abraham Lincoln mural out in the back?
It's around that area. I think
his,
it's on
right?
one of those buildings. Yeah,
It's in
I think
behind
so, yeah.
Rebar. Yeah.
But he's got a few murals.
Yeah.
down
It's all
there.
over there. So.
Yeah, everyone have a
Happy
I
holidays.
gotta wait for it.
Yeah, you got the little roll us out tune part thing.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Now it's official.
Now it's really
We
leaving.
couldn't actually sign off until that.
GreasyConversation.com, you can go and see our actual live notes document in Google Docs where we had all the links and sources for this episode. You can enjoy, and we'll catch you next year for our season finale. I think it's January.
Hey, thanks guys for having me. Really appreciate
thanks for
you.
calling. Anytime, man. It's always a blast.
Woo!